Okay, guys. So my name is Karakey. I am one of the owner and operators of City Publication Arizona. My other owner is actually with me right here. It's my sister. And then the godfather, aka the father-in-law, couldn't make it today, but I'm glad to have Casey with me. My real name is Charles Robert Karakey IV. Now, if you can remember that, it's quite impressive. I am the fourth generation of my name. Ever since I was a little boy, my grandpa's always kind of gotten on me about having a boy and naming him Charles Robert Karakey V, aka Charlie. I've condensed it to CRK5. So, one thing that I really wanted to make loud and apparent on my first slide is my core values. Core values are what define you as a person. Faith, health, relationships, and an attitude of gratitude. You got to always stay positive and you got to always keep moving forward. That is one of my keys to life. Oh. Okay, guys, so believe it or not, I know David said this, I used to be a fat boy. Back in high school, I got up to 255 pounds. That's actually Chaz right here. That is my biological dad. I lost him when I was 13, but just an unbelievable guy, and he taught me a lot in his years that I got to spend with him. Right here is my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad was vital in the success of how I've turned out today. By losing my dad at an early age, he really showed me mentorship and showed me what it means to be a good man, and I'm very blessed to have him. He is a little bit of a cowboy. I am not, but keeps it fun, keeps it fun. So that third picture, that is the love of my life. That is my Claire Bear. We've been together now for about a decade, about 10 years. That is a wedding picture. We got married this last May. She's my life. She gives me purpose, and she gives us, it's just an all-around unbelievable woman. I'm very blessed to have her in my life. Now to the right, I couldn't find any pictures of my cats, but I did find two pictures. I found a picture of my dogs. To the right, that's Hank. He's about 10 and a half months old. He's a big boy, already up at 80 pounds. I'm hoping to get him up to about 95. I want him to be a tank. And then right next to Hank is my little dog, Rosie. She's about 9 weeks. Interesting fact about those two, they come from the same parents. The first litter is Hank, and then the second litter is Rosie. The way I look at it is, hopefully if I can bring enough animals into the house, I can kind of prolong the baby fever with Claire. It has not worked out for me yet. But yep, that's kid training in action right here. A couple of fun facts. I know David already mentioned this, but I lost 90 pounds in high school. As you can tell, I am an animal lover. I am an Eagle Scout. I got it a week before I turned 18. Once you turn 18, you can't be an Eagle Scout, so I lucked out right there. And then probably the biggest purpose in my life, and the one thing I am the most proud of, is being a husband to my wonderful wife, Claire Bear. I wish she could be here, but I am very blessed to have her sister and my business partner here. Okay, so guys, one of my big core values is family. My family is continuously growing. I, of course, married Claire. That is a picture of me and her dad, aka the Godfather. This is actually my little niece right here. This is Casey's daughter, Carly. She's a sweetheart. People mistake and think it's mine and Claire's kid all the time because of the curly hair and the fact that all the Cox gals kind of have a very distinct face. Right here is going to be more of my family. That is Claire, of course, in the middle. I'm right above her. My cousin is right over here to the right, big tall fella. His name's Michael Blair. He's 6'9". When I learned how to walk, I followed him. He is easily one of my biggest mentors out there. I love my cousin Michael Blair. This is us up in Hawaii, towards the middle. We did kind of a whole week, a date week in Hawaii with me and Claire, and then Clay and Nancy, Claire's parents. We had an unbelievable time. This is all three sisters with their hubbies or fiancés kind of you know, just kind of showing off with each other. Above is another wedding picture. I had two best men. I used my cousins. I am an only child. They're the closest things I have to brothers. So of course, Mr. 6'9" to the right, and then my cousin Ian to the left. When we're together, we're kind of the Three Stooges. Very, 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 very random things happen. They decided to give me the curly position in the Three Stooges. I'm the one that kind of is the goofy one between the three of us. So probably my most favorite things in the world. I love traveling. The way that Claire and I travel is fun. We never plan anything. We go in the car and we leave. We're so structured on a day-by-day basis that this is one of the most important things for us to rekindle the fire and to keep the love going. We love traveling. As you can tell, pretty much everyone in here knows how much I love chicken wings. That's me getting my game face on. I think I got about 35 wings taken down that night. It's my college graduation. I did graduate from the U of A. I wish Eddie was here just so I could tell him that. But yeah, no, there's my picture of me graduating. One thing we love doing is hiking. Brian and his wife, we got to get together for a fun hike one of these days. Another thing is, I really do love making people smile. It really is what fuels me, and you know, it's just helping others and making people smile. That's just what keeps Chaz going. I love staying in shape. I lift 4 days a week. This is kind of why I have the new outfit. Claire actually went through my closet and threw away 8 out of every 10 items I had. She said, Chaz, Mike Derryberry, you inspired this with last week's comment. She says, Chaz, if you're going to work out 4 days a week, why don't you show it off? And I agreed with her. So and then superheroes. This is kind of weird to say, but I almost wish I was a superhero. So that's one thing I strive to be. So guys, we are family owned and operated. As of right now, we have 3 employees. We have me controlling the Phoenix market, soon to be Casey. She's moving from Tucson to Phoenix to help me grow the market. We've gotten to the point where we have an influx in work and I can't handle it all by myself. So it's good we're getting to the point where we're getting more people on board and getting my sister and I to work more together versus in 2 different cities. Perseverance, attitude, communication, and that right there is my very first day with Casey on the job. Guys, my favorite comment, without advertising is like winking at a person in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does. Definition of advertising, the act or the practice of calling public attention to one's product, service, needs. The dictionary definition of direct mail, a marketing effort that uses mail service to deliver a promotional printed piece to your target audience. I follow a method when it comes to direct mail. It's called the 40-40-20. 40% you have to make sure you're targeting the right demographic. So if you're a general contractor, you have to be targeting homeowners. You're going to have a better response. If you're a garage door company, you want to be targeting homeowners. You have a better response. You're a Pizza Hut, mail to everyone. Apartments, renters, everyone. The other 40% is making sure that you have a strong call to action. I don't care if you're mailing out to the richest person in Phoenix, a deal's going to get them to call. Bottom line. 20% is making sure that the ad looks good, and we do that for you. These are our highlights. A couple things that makes us different. Our mailer doesn't look like trash. Valpak money mailer, and I don't like talking bad of my competition, but if you send something through the mail and it looks like trash, it's going to end up in the trash. The fact that we have a good looking mailer, we only target homeowners, we target based off of home value, total combined income, and active spenders. Another big thing is the fact that we're category exclusive. I don't want 3 GCs, 3 tree trimmers, 3 pool guys. I'd rather just take the best of one category and put them in my mailer. I like to I did show price. My rack rate is 4.5 cents a card, so per zone it's normally $2,500. I love my BNI peeps and I want to see them grow their business, so I do a BNI discount, a penny per piece less, which guys, that's a huge difference. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to make this loud and proud, and I know Brian will agree with me.
You have to turn it on and turn it back on, though, if you use the laser pointer.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay, just on the side. Look at down and up. And then now hit it down.
Okay, guys, I've been able to double in size within my first year. When I first started, the right zone was my very first one. That's Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, and then we introduced this year Fountain Hills. This year has been the first year I've been able to start mailing out in Zone 2. That's Arcadia, Biltmore, Central Phoenix, and Glendale, and my numbers have been huge. Okay, oh, is that 10 minutes? Oh, okay, short and sweet, straight to the point, okay? Guys, marketing and advertising is not a sprint, it is a marathon. The more you do it, the better the results are. So I wanted to share a couple of the results. Right now, Charity Plumbing's leading. He's done 5 mailings. He's gotten 166 calls, 72 calls all within one mailing. That's measured in about a month and a half. First-time callers, 132. Botanist Valley, 67 calls. That's in 3 mailings, 51 first-time callers. Straight Arrow Roofing, he's done 2 mailings, 47 calls, 35 first-time callers. Swim Tech, 99 calls, 5 mailings, 82 first-time callers. Trees for Needs, 35 calls since last Thursday.